Judge Sir Peter smashed Harry's demands at High Court as the Duke loses legal battle in security case. Prince Harry demanded to know who was responsible for downgrading his Home Office police protection, and even asked for their name, court documents have revealed. The Duke of Sussex potentially faces a large bill to reimburse taxpayers as legal costs after a judge said he'd failed to prove the downgrade was unlawful or unfair. Harry took the Home Office to court over no longer being given the same degree of protection after he and his wife Meghan quit royal life and left Britain in January 2020. He compared the dangers to him and his family to the risks his mother Princess Diana faced before her death in 1997, while being chased by paparazzi. It emerged in the 52-page ruling yesterday that he demanded to know who in government was responsible for the decision, saying, "I'd like that person's name." He complained his visits to Britain were unsafe, and Judge Sir Peter Lane said that when he and Meghan used the train to visit Manchester in September 2022, he raised concerns because of his proximity to the public. At a hearing in London last December, the government insisted Harry's claims should be dismissed, arguing Ravik was entitled to conclude the Duke's protection should be bespoke and considered on a case-by-case basis. Lawyers for the Home Office said Britain had finite public resources and that it was appropriate for police protection to be limited to those acting in the interests of state through their public role. Sir Peter's ruling concluded there's not been any unlawfulness in Ravik's decision, nor was it irrational or marred by procedural unfairness. Harry had argued that, just because he was no longer a frontline royal, that didn't diminish the threats he faced by virtue of being in the line of succession to the throne and a prince of the realm. But the judge said Ravik was well aware of the claimant's status, background and profile when it made its decision. Sir Peter praised the Ravik Committee and its then chairman, Sir Richard Mottram, for their significant knowledge and expertise in a highly specialist area. Harry insisted that Ravik should have considered the impact that a successful attack on him would have, but the judge said it would be bizarre if the highly experienced chairman of Ravik wouldn't have had in mind the consequences of a successful attack, and yet Ravik had still not shared Harry's concern. Within hours of judgment, a spokesman for Harry announced he'd appeal it, adding that he was not asking for preferential treatment, but for a fair and lawful application of Ravik's own rules. Harry's facing an estimated £1 million legal bill after losing his High Court case over the decision to downgrade his UK. Unless he's successful in an appeal against the court's ruling, he's expected to have to pay his own lawyers, as well as the legal costs of the Home Office. The government departure has revealed its legal costs had already reached £407,000 by October last year. That was before a 3-day trial in December. Harry, look in the mirror. The person who downgraded your police protection is you, and also Meghan. Remember, you're no longer working royals. Both of you call California, unfortunately, home. No need for protection, no one's looking for you, deal with it. The people that decided to Megxit, leave the royal family, move to the US and no longer act as working royals, and do it all on their own with no help from the royal family, are the ones who made the decision. Wonder who that could be. Harry has to know his place. He decided to leave the royals. He decided to write about his supposed body count. He decided to stage an NYC high-speed car chase. He decided to travel to Jamaica after an advisory was put out. He put himself out there. He now has to work and only makes money slandering his birth family, yet he still gets security when in the UK. Let him pay out of his own pocket for the level of security that he believes he needs.